This tutorial is about the Kodu Game Lab by Microsoft and you can download it freely from the internet. Kodu Game Labs works with Windows 10, 7, 8, Vista and XP, so you can all, I guess, work on this. This is a very short tutorial on Kodu Game Lab, which I already told you it's a game lab by Microsoft, and this is the first screen that you see when you download Kodu on your laptop, and these are the various options. So when you're designing a new game, always choose New World, which will give you a new environment to work on. This is my new environment. When you click on new world, you will see this kind of a green terrain where you can actually place a lot of objects and design your game. As you can see over here, there are a lot of options, such as if you want to drag this terrain, you can click on left click mouse button and you can drag this terrain the way you want to place it on your screen. If you want to orbit your camera, as in if you want to see this terrain from a different camera view, you can right click and then move your on your scroll bar, touch on your mouse touchpad, and you can actually drag this camera view. So there are various options over here that you can work at in the new terrain. This is used to add or edit paths. If you have a lot of objects and you want to add paths in between and traverse on that paths, all of that can be done. This is an object tool where you can add a lot of objects. You just have to click on it, and when you click on it here, you will see a lot of objects that you can place. So the game that I'm going to design is a very simple game for early years students who are at a stage of recognizing apple shapes. So when they learn all of that in primary, I think it's a good way for them to see a game where they see a lot of apples and they try and recognize the apple shapes. So I'm going to have a lot of apples on my terrain, and you can anytime drag these apples wherever you want to. If you want to change the size of an apple, you can right click. You can change the size of an apple and increase or decrease the size the way you want it to be, and you can keep having different apples over here on your screen. Yeah, have at least 5 and 6 apples and place them randomly on the terrain somewhere, so that the earlier students have to go through it and traverse, and they can earn some points. Yeah, so these are my this thing. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an object called Kodu. If you just click on this and click here, you'll see something called Kodu. Now this is a character. You can change the size and height of it. You can right click, change size of it. You can make it smaller or bigger. You can even right click and change height of it. If you want it to be a little touching the ground, you can have this here, and you can place it anywhere you want to. You just have to drag it. Now I've added all the apples that I wanted the children to recognize. I'm also going to add few more objects just to add some more variety onto this terrain, and I'll add a negative marking also, so that when a child clicks on any other object other than apples, there should be a negative marking. So I clicked on this object tool and I go here, and let's say I want to add a starfish. So there's one starfish added. I'll add, let's say, 2 more starfishes randomly somewhere, so that when a child clicks on starfish, there should be a negative marking that should be happening. So let's say I've added 3 starfishes. Now I have this terrain where there is a character called Kodu, and the child is going to move this around. Whenever this Kodu bumps into an apple, there should be a positive marking, a plus 50 points should happen. And I want that whenever the child bumps into this starfish, there should be a negative marking that should be happening. So now that the terrain is ready with starfishes and apples, and even the Kodu is right here, now is the time to actually program this character called Kodu. And the way you can actually program all the objects is to just hover your mouse on the object and right click on it. So when you right click, you will see a program button over here. You click on program and you will get these 2 controls which says when and do. So which means when something happens, do what. So these are the conditions that we are going to apply on this character called Kodu. So let's see the first condition. So I want that when the child, the primary years child, uses the keyboard, again a plus sign. When the child uses the arrow keys to move the Kodu, what exactly do I want to happen? I want the Kodu to move, and I want him to move a little slowly because it's the primary child who's trying to work on the game the very first time. So I want that whenever the keyboard is pressed with the arrow keys, the Kodu should move slowly. Now next thing that I want Kodu to do is when Kodu gets bumped into objects, an apple. So whenever Kodu gets bumped into an apple, it should do what? It should add some score. So I'll go here, which is the score symbol. I want plus score, and I want a red colored score to generate, and I want plus 50 points to happen. Okay, so whenever the Kodu gets bumped into an apple, a plus sign should appear with 50 points. I also want one more thing, which is when Kodu gets bumped into an apple, the apple should vanish from the screen. Okay, so vanish what? Vanish it. It means the apple should vanish. So all of these conditions are here in front of you. Now Kodu is already programmed to handle the apples, but what about the starfishes? I want that whenever the Kodu gets bumped into a starfish, the starfish should, let's say, boom. Yeah, and what else should happen? Whenever the Kodu gets bumped into starfish, score should subtract, should be, let's say, yellow, and let's say minus 10 points should happen. Yeah. So now in the end, I want the child to feel very happy about it when the child is finished clicking on all the apples and vanishing them. So I want that when the Kodu sees not an apple, so when Kodu sees not an apple, which means all the apples have vanished from the terrain, it should do what? It should go to game and it should declare the child as the winner. So when you set the whole program into the Kodu, it's time to test the game. So when you want to test the game, press the escape key on your keyboard's the laptop's keyboard. You press the escape key and you go into the home screen. So to play the game, you just click on this play symbol. Yeah. And you see this terrain with the objects. Now the only thing the child will have to do is to use the arrow keys because the Kodu is programmed with the arrow keys. So let's say I'm pressing the forward arrow key and the Kodu is moving forward, and the child, let's say, bumps into a starfish. So it happens that minus 10. That is what the programming said. Now Kodu is going forward and trying to bump into the apple. Let's see what happens here. Plus 50 points. Yeah, let's try and remove most of the apples. Minus 10 and let's say 50. Yeah, so that is what happens.